Broke ass niggas.
If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction.
Dude, what the f? Why are you f***ing here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the spawn of Satan, aka that vegan teacher. If you don't know who she is already, she's basically an elitist. When it comes to food you eat, your dietary needs, right? Basically, if you eat meat, you deserve to be euthanized, and there's no other way around it. So we're going to talk about a recent video she made trying to ridicule somebody for feeding a child a rib, or what looks like a rib. Honestly, this is probably the worst rib I've ever seen. This kid looks like he just discovered gold after he had a little taste of it, but she kind of ruins that the second she compares it to a penis.
Let that sink in for a minute. Ponder that. Picture that.
I don't know anybody that deserves to be on this earth picturing a baby doing anything with a penis, but hey, you know what? We'll hear you out for just a little longer. Some off chance maybe she's gonna circle back, come through with some crazy analogy we would have never even thought of.
Feel that in your gut. Let that imagery wash all over your body. If a mother tells you not to put something in her child's mouth, and you do it, you have essentially raped that child's palate.
What the hell are you talking about?
So she's clearly trying to go every route possible with her methods. First, she took the red pill route and tried to reinvent the hard R. Right, you remember that. Now, if you give this kid a lollipop, you might as well be EDP 445. I could have sworn at one point she cracked under pressure and stopped being that vegan teacher at one point. Honestly, I'm just waiting for the day she gets Alzheimer's and stops talking altogether. Sorry, this looks like consent to me. I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen somebody so excited for a second bite in their entire life, no matter what age. He looks like he's ready to eat the whole rib. This kid isn't even 2 years old. You could give them a college course on the benefits of veganism and why eating meat could literally kill you tomorrow. Bro's gonna shit his diaper, drool a few times, and then ask for another rib later the second he sees it. It's gonna be gone, and he's not gonna think about one dead animal you tried to put up on a PowerPoint you were showing an infant. Just saw a child feeding from a mother's teat. I guess she's conforming him to cannibalism.
This baby had a right to maintain her vegan virginity. On behalf of all good people who live on this planet and are able to see right from wrong, I apologize to this child. I am deeply sorry that your aunt felt the need to do this to you.
I'm sorry, nobody gives a fuck, and I promise this kid doesn't either. I swear, I think that vegan teacher holds the record for the youngest child a white woman has ever victimized, and it's obvious she doesn't care. She just wanted to make this video to make this person look bad because she can't even tell that that baby isn't a girl. Scrolling through her vegan For You page on TikTok and found a video that was rage bait for the vegans, and she fell for it. Made an entire video just to mention that this baby's palate was raped. Crazy statement, by the way. I don't think any normal human being is gonna refer to it that way. Alright, yeah, sure, maybe they ruined the baby's diet, if you want to be really dramatic about it. Saying that she took this child's vegan virginity sounds absolutely heinous. People should be stoned for saying stupid shit like that, and I know that doesn't follow freedom of speech, but you know, sometimes we gotta take matters into our own hands. I'd rather be called the hardest R possible by that vegan teacher tonight than her tell me that I'm taking my daughter's vegan virginity. Oh my god, I would swing on an old ass lady so quick. Raping my child's palate? Are you fucking for real? Is that supposed to make me throw away all the meat in my fridge? I won't. If I suddenly changed my cat's diet to a vegan diet, she would probably claw my eyes out in my sleep, and honestly, I deserve it. I would want her to claw my eyes out in my sleep. I would want her to hang me off of the side of a balcony. That would be me deliberately trying to change her diet because I, for some reason, want to be a savior of her diet, even though she enjoys the food I give her, right? She's excited. The only time she even looks at me is if she's hungrier than a bitch. All of a sudden, I'm giving her a vegan-only diet. If she didn't run away from home, I would be confused. I would be disappointed.
To the millions of people who have commented on this post and laughed about it, try for a moment to put yourself in the position of the animal. This animal did not want to die. This is somebody's rib. Somebody's rib.
Yeah, it's the baby's rib. Bro's practically pleading for another bite. Honestly, I feel bad for whoever's child this is. Bro's being used for the 2024 international debate of veganism. Who's in the wrong here? Who's the worst person? I think the person comparing a rib to a sauce-covered penis, and they might take the cake, alright? First place for the biggest asshole, because what in the world are you talking about? Your analogy could have stopped at a lollipop that they weren't supposed to have, And I probably would have agreed with you. You almost made me vegan, that vegan teacher. You almost did it. Then you brought the cock into play. That was stupid. That was dumb.
All babies have a right to maintain their vegan virginity. Babies do not consent to having body parts put into their mouth, whether it's a penis or a rib or anything else.
Babies don't consent to having a nipple in their mouth either until they realize something delicious is in there, and all of a sudden they're mouthing that they need that shit. Can we stop talking about the vegan V card? Talking about virginity while a 2-year-old's on the fucking screen is awful. That's a disturbing thing to do.
The only body part that should ever have come into contact with this baby is his own mother's arms and her breast milk.
But you said an animal couldn't be commoditized. Alright, breast milk is a fucking commodity, alright? I'm buying that shit in bulk every month, but you're making me feel like a monster because humans are technically animals. That vegan teacher, how often are you turning on the Discovery Channel? I feel like you've probably heard this argument already, but how often are you watching that? Have you seen a baby elk running for dear life while this predator is chasing them, hungry as shit? There's no quick kill process, alright? This animal isn't being cooked medium rare. That shit is bloody. And it's a slow death. Like, I mean, it's the 21st century. I'm sure we go through as many measures as we can to make this a quick, swift, easy process, right? And I'm not gonna knock your celery. I'm sure you love eating everything in your house, right? I'm sure you wolf that shit down, but as the apex predators, as the alphas, alright? We get to eat whatever we want, from bananas and apples and oranges to a fucking alligator.
Why are you fucking here, man? You're so old.
I miss the old vegan teacher, right? When she used to just make silly songs and everyone was like, ah, yeah, that's cringe. That's weird. What? I'm not gonna switch to veganism because you made a little silly song in front of a McDonald's. Now we're at the point where you need a fucking caretaker because you're saying shit that the family wouldn't like to hear at the dinner table. You know what I mean? I personally don't want to hear about how if my penis was covered in sauce, somebody with an underdeveloped brain would definitely eat that and get excited about it. What are you talking about? Can I finish my clam chowder in peace, please? You don't get to go to the pre or post smoke sessions because then we have to listen to you talk about if the manure or the fertilizer they used was from a tortured animal to grow the shit we're smoking. Like, I don't want to be around you. Typically, they say there's a time and place for anything, but there is no time and there is no place to talk about a baby coming in contact with a penis. You lost, unfortunately. And now everybody that was watching that video that either was thinking about going vegan or already was vegan is probably thinking twice. Like, I get activists use a lot of shock factor in order to get their people to really draw in and to look at what they're talking about, but this might just shock some people back in reality and pull them out of the captivating nature that is that vegan teacher. I mean, look at her. She's alluring for sure.
When you look at the comments below, try to imagine the kind of person who is writing them. Try to imagine their face, what they look like, the kind of circumstances they're living in.
You are comparing a baby eating barbecue to possibly the worst crime a human could ever commit. That is sickening. Yep, this idiot's a fucking meat eater! Clearly didn't watch the full video. If you watch the full video, this makes it way worse, because then she starts talking about the baby's virginity.
How deranged they are.
What the fuck? A penis is not the same thing as a rib or lollipop? What?
How psychotic they are.
There is something incredibly wrong with you. This is offensive to actual SA victims. Why do people nowadays put question marks next to, like, anything with a little bit of urgency to it? Anyway, they weren't even used right, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Listen, everybody seems to be pretty insane in your comment section. Like, who would be right in the head to realize that this is not the way to go about this at all? Comparing eating meat to a mega felony? Man, you guys just don't get it, do you?
And to all new vegans here today, Happy Vegan Declaration Day.
Yeah, you dropped an absolute bombshell on Vegan Declaration. You dropped a bombshell on Vegan Declaration Day, alright? I'm just gonna say it. I feel like every vegan that is new here is mortified. And that's okay, they deserve to be mortified. You just told people to make an insane image in their head and think about it and let it sink in for at least, what was that, 5 minutes? It's a 5-minute video. That shit felt like hours, but hey, that's all I'm here to talk about. If we've learned anything, we know that that vegan teacher is beyond repair. There's really no coming back from this. She's going to come back because every time she says some absolutely unbelievable shit, she comes back in stronger than ever. I think she tries to use that as an opportunity to rein in more vegans. And hey, there are a lot of people that are weak-willed. They just might actually take it full face. Wow. I'm eating meat, I'm basically shoving a penis in my mouth, and I don't want to be gay, so now they're going vegan. Good job, that vegan teacher. You did it. As for me, I love meat in my mouth. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all that good stuff. Later, nigga.
Suck a nigga dick. 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 Woo. Suck a nigga dick. Suck a nigga dick.